Hello everyone, welcome with another video in SQL Server Integration Services with the Quick and Easy Tech. So today we're going to talk about part 12, how to load multiple Excel, TXT, CSV files to SQL Server table and SSIS package based on the name of the file. Let's say I have multiple files here. Right? So, and each file contains multiple rows, but I do not want to load everything. I just want to load specific files based on the name of the files. That's the name of the files I want to load. Let's say I want to load customer Germany, and then I want to load customers USA. I do not want to load the customers UK or the customers Asia, only the Germany and USA and two files of the USAs. So to a SQL Server table, you want to have them SQL Server table, because each file, see that I have 4 columns here, 4 columns, and customers Germany have 4 columns also. So how can I do that? So let's just go back to Visual Studio, and then we have to create a new table, a new package. Right click, just gonna create a new package, and then we're just gonna call it, just gonna be part 11. Sorry, gonna be part 11, I mean part 12. Load multiple files based on file names. Okay, so in order to do that, since we are going to load those files, and then I want to load them to only one table. So I have a table and I have a database. I have a database called SSIS test database, and I have only one table called customers. I want to load this data to this customers. So back to Visual Studio, just close this down. Back to Visual Studio, and then we're going to drag and drop the data flow task. Data flow task here. And then we're gonna drag and drop. So this is, we're gonna load the data. We're gonna load the customer Germany in this data flow task, and then we're gonna load the second file, the second name of the file, which is gonna be customers USA, to different data flow task. Why we're gonna have a 2 data flow tasks? Because we are going to use precedent constraint. I'm going to show you what does mean a precedent constraint. Let's say I'm going to bring the SQL task, the script task here, connect them, and then I'm going to build the expression here. I'm going to build the expression, and then the expression will be equal to, let's say, the customer Germany, the name, and then the second will be for the customer USA. Any file is gonna come. Any file has a name customer USA is gonna go to this file, to this data flow task, and then any file contains customers Germany will go to this file. So I'm just gonna do this. So just gonna name this data flow task. Let's say customers USA. Here we're gonna call it customers data flow task, customers Germany. Right? But since we have multiple files here, we have multiple files. What does that mean? So we have to loop we're gonna use a for each loop. We want to loop through. Let's say we have a lot of files here, and we don't know how many times we want to loop. Like say a customer Germany have 10 files, customer USA have like 20 files. I just want to name all the file have these names here. So I'm gonna use go back to Visual Studio. I'm gonna use a for each loop. I'm not gonna use the for loop because I don't know how many times I want to loop. I'm gonna use the for each loop container. So drag and drop for each container, and then you're gonna drag and drop the TerraFlow task inside the for each loop. I'm gonna expand it here a little bit. So what's gonna happen here before we load the data? Okay, let's gonna load the data. Double click on the data flow task, and since we are loading from TXT file, which is gonna be flat file, so this is flat file source. Go back again, you're gonna drag and drop flat file source. This is a flat file source. Maximize it, and then the destination will be SQL Server table will be OLEDB destination. So OLEDB destination here, and then before we connect it, we know that the data comes from the text file, the columns, the data type is going to be all string here, and then we're going to have a confliction between the data type from the source with the data type in destination, which is a SQL Server. Because if you expand the customers here, you look at the column, I said the column, the data type, the ID will be integer, first name will be varchar, which is string, non-Unicode 100 for the length, last name string, non-Unicode varchar 100, and then character, the character will be 2. This is non-Unicode also. So what we have to do to avoid the confliction for the data type, we're just going to drag and drop a data conversion here. So connected to the destination. We're just going to configure it. We're going to configure the flat file source. Double click flat file source. We don't have a flat file connection manager. Click new, and then we're going to call it a flat file source. We're going to source customers USA. This is going to be customer USA. Click new. So we're just going to select, go back again, I have all the files saved here. Just click on one of them. It doesn't matter, even if you click in customers UK, it's not going to do anything, because we're going to build the expression based on the file name. Just click on the first one, and the column names in the first data row. Yes, we have. If you double click, we have the column names. It's the first row. So back again here, and then the format is going to be delimited, columns, advanced. We're not going to change the data type from here. Preview it, everything good. Retain nulls from the values of null value. Like for example, if you have, for example, like the state, you don't have the state, you just have it empty. We're going to have a null. We're going to have a null value in SQL Server table instead of having empty file here, empty space. So columns, all the columns has been mapped. Click OK. Double click on data conversion. We need to convert all the data type. So for the ID, we need to have integer here. ID integer, varchar string, non-Unicode, and character. So we're gonna have integer. You can have a 2 byte sign. I'm just gonna have a 4 byte sign integer here. And then for the string, we are okay with all those. We just need to change the length to 100. And then for the character, we're gonna have 2 of them. Why? Because if you go back again, we got 100, 102 for the length. So we are okay now. We're gonna set the destination. Double click on destination. We don't have a connection. Click on new. I have connection. We're gonna delete it. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna create a new one. Click new. We need to get the server name back to SQL Server. You can click on database engine and get the name from here, the server name, or you can get you can select it. Select the server name. That's the server name also. Back to Visual Studio, paste it, and then you need to navigate to the proper database. We are using SSIS test my database here. Click, select the proper database from the drop down menus. SSIS test database, test the connection. Test connection succeeded. Click OK, and then click OK. And then we're going to choose the table. We have multiple tables. We want to load the data inside my customer tables. Select all from DBO customers. I want to load the data to this table. So I have DBO customer. That's my table. So I want to have the data goes to customers tables, and then mappings, and then we're going to remap again. Why are you going to remap again? Because if you double click on data conversion, we have new names now. The output alias is not going to be the ID first name last name. It's going to be the new name for the output alias. That's the column. That's the data type has been converted. The new converted data type, copy of ID, copy first name, last name, and state. So double click on destination, go to mappings, and then we're going to remap again. Copy of ID. You can do it from here also. Copy of the first name, copy of the last name, and copy of the state. So click OK. Back again to control flow. Let's set data flow task for Germany, and again we're going to drag a job, a flat file source, and then data conversion, and the OLEDB destination. Connect all of them. Double click on the flat file source to configure it. New, we're going to create a new connection. We're going to call it flat file source. Flat file source. It's going to be customers Germany. So navigate to just gonna select all of them. It just doesn't matter. And then we have the column names in the first row. Yes, we have format the limited columns, advanced, review, okay. And then the columns has been mapped. Everything is good. Data conversion. You have to convert the data again here. 4-byte sign integer. We're going to change the length to 100, and then we're going to have the length here for 2. OLEDB destination. We have the same destination we have created. We have the same database name. Just going to change. We're going to just click on the table customers. Guys, if you want to select the different tables here, for example, if you have different tables here, multiple tables, you can choose a different destination. A table different destination, but I'm going to select both of them, or 2 of them, 2 data flow tasks to customers. Mappings here. We're going to remap again. Copy of ID, first name, last name, and ID. Click OK. Click OK. So now we didn't set the connection for. We didn't configure the for each loop container. Double click on for each loop container, and then click on collection. For the expression, we do not have the path for the directory, and then I don't want to we can hard code it here. You can go back again and then copy the file, the folder path. That's the folder path, and paste it here. I don't want to paste it. I'm gonna hard code it. I'm gonna have a dynamic, and because what about if somebody changed the file path of this folder? If you moved it, if you changed it to a different drive, and then any component in this package associated with this file path, you have to change every single one of them. So the easiest way, just cancel. You're going to create a new variable. We're going to call it a file path, and then for the data type, we're going to have a string, and then paste the path here. If you change the file path, it's so easy. Copy it and paste it in this section, and any component associated with the file path will change automatically. So double click again on the for each loop connection. We're gonna set directory, and then we're gonna draw the file path here. Click OK. Click OK. Now, what do you want to do? You wanna get the like, for example, if you have an Excel file, you have a CSV file, you wanna load everything. We are interested in only the TXT file. Only the TXT file is. For example, if you have a CSV files and you have the same name, like CSV files, different extension, but you have the same name, you're gonna loop through it also. But we are interested in only the TXT files so far and based on the file name. So back again, we need to have only the TXT files, and then we're gonna get the name and extension. With this scenario, we need to get the name and extension. Why name and extension? Why we're not using the full qualified? Because we are going to build expression. We're going to build expression on the precedent constraint based on the name of the file, not on the full qualified. Full qualified meaning we're going to have the file path plus the file name and the extension. You need to have only the file name and extension. So back again, we're going to select the file name here, and then we're going to save the file name somewhere. So since we already have the file path, we need to have the file name and extension. So that's why they call it a full file path. Click on variable. We're going to create a new variable. We're going to call it a file name. You can call it a file name and extension. The value tab, which is data tab, will be string here. Click OK. Click OK. Now, what's going to happen if you run this package? You're going to load every single file. We are not building expression. And also, it's not only that. Since you have 5 folders, 5 files, you're going to loop through only one file. So that means this, you're going to have 5 times of these 3 rows. So what do we have to do? Go back again to Visual Studio, and it says flat file connection USA, flat file customer Germany. We're going to go the first flat file connection, right click, properties, and then on the right window click on the little 3 dots in front of the expression, double click on it, property. We're gonna get the file, the connection string expression. We're going to build a full file path. That we're going to have a file path plus double quote backslash double quote plus file name, which is the name of the file. Click OK. Click OK. The same thing with the flat file source customer journey. Right click, properties, expression, and then connection string. We're going to build the full file path plus double quote backslash double quote plus, and then the file name. We done now. If you run the package now, you're gonna loop through all the files. Let me show you what's gonna happen here. Let's just create the data. We have no data. Let's just run the package and see what happens. You know why? So I'm going to try to debug it. Go to progress where I have a problem. Go scroll down and look. See that flat file cannot open the details. Okay, that's why. You know why? Because we have a duplicate flat file. We have full flat file, a full file path plus another file path. Where is the error? The error happened in data flow task. That's mean. Stop the package. We're gonna have a problem here. A flat file source USA. Right click, properties, and then right click and the click here, and then back to the expression. Oh, see that? We're not supposed to. We already have the file path here. We need to have the file name here, not the file path. drag and drop a file name here. We should good to go now. Let's just clear the data now. We'll just truncate table. We're just going to truncate the table to make sure we don't have no data anymore. Okay. So now back again, and then if you run the package one more time, execute the package one more time, see that the package has been successfully executed. Back again to the table, executed. You see that we load 30 rows. We load everything in the file. We have Asia, USA, Germany, and then UK. We have everything here. We load every single thing. So now, what do we have to do? We don't need to load everything. We need to load only specific file names. We need the customer. We need the customers Germany and then the customer USA also. So what do you have to do now? We have to build the expression back again. We're gonna build the expression. How we're gonna build the expression? So now go back to SQL Server, and then we're gonna do some testing here. Let's say just gonna go. Let's say I wanna. So the first I wanna get. So I wanna get the customers USA. I wanna get the full name and extension. Let's just gonna copy this back again here. We're gonna select single quote, paste the name here, single quote. See that? I want to get the file name here only without the underscore and these things here. I want to because this is changing all the time. That's the date, and you want to have, if you want to have the exact file name and the exact date time. What about if you have a different date time? You're gonna have a problem now. We're not interested in those. We need to exact the file name, not the date time, not the date. So what do we have to do here? We're not gonna use string. Some people using string, well, like substring. We're not gonna use a substring here. Like substring here, you want to start from different points, something. We're not gonna use. Why? Because let's say you're gonna use a substring, you want to get rid of those. You want to get rid of the underscore and the data and the date here. What about if you have customers USA and different letter here? And if you want the starting point, let's say the starting point from is going to start the start point for the string for the substring. Let's say the substring, the starting point. See that you have a starting point here. You want so the starting point will be from here. So we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You want to start from 13. You're gonna hardcode 13. What about if you have a customer USA and different letter? They start from 14. You're gonna start substringing, which is you're gonna remove all those from here. Now we don't want to do that, so we're not gonna use a substring here. We're gonna use something called we're gonna reverse it, and then we're gonna substring it. So let's just reverse it. See what's gonna happen here. Select it. We need to reverse it. We're gonna use a reverse here. Reverse, open parentheses, and then close parentheses. So look what happened here. We reverse it. So now we can use a substring after we reverse it. Let's just gonna use a substring here. Substring. This is dynamic. So we're using a substring now, and then the starting point will be that's for this, that's for that, and that's for that. Okay, so the starting point will be we need to, so we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Sorry, let me remove those USA's things. So I want to start, okay, so you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. I want to start from 13. I want to start from 13, and then we're gonna have a single quote, we're gonna have a comma, and then we're gonna have the length, because remember the substring have a three arguments. Look, I'm gonna hover over the substring. You see that? That things came on the down. It says expression starting point integer and the length. What is the length? I don't want to hard code it either. I can just get the length from here. Select length and then open parentheses, the single quote, and then close parentheses. See that the length here? 25. Because I don't want to hard code it because it's going to be changed in here. I want to get the length here. I want to copy the whole length here and paste it. That's the length, and then going to close. So now, okay, I'm going to just have one more close parentheses. You see that? Now, sorry, so I need to start on 14, not the 13, because I want to get rid of the the underscore also. I want to get rid of the underscore on all the way down. So change it from 13 to 14. So select, you see that, and then I'm gonna if you read it from like a backward here, customers. So I'm gonna reverse it again, and then open parentheses and go to the end and close parentheses. See that? Customers USA. Customers USA. Why I built this expression? Why? Because, for example, if you change the name of the file here, for like for example, I'm gonna add AA here, right? And then I'm gonna add another AA here. So that's the name of the file. That's the name of the file. If you select it again, you still have the AA here. So the name of the customers, it's matched on the name of the customers here. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna do another experiment. Remove the A. Let's say I'm gonna add a number here. 22 here, 22. Look what's gonna happen. You see that? The name of the customers has been changed. You got customer USA underscore 2. So it starts removing from this section. That's why we need to have the file name dynamic. See that? This is very important here. In case if you change the file name, the name of the file, that's the file name, not the datetime or the underscore or the extension. So back again here, this is dynamic. So what's gonna happen here? Copy it, and then we're not gonna hard code it. We're gonna go back to SQL Visual Studio, and then we're gonna get rid of those hard coded name, and then we're gonna have the file name variable inside and variable names inside also. So back again here, we're gonna drag and drop. Let's say we're gonna have like the script task is here. One script task here, just for a test. Connected to the customers now. So now for the see that the first president constraint, click on it, double click on it, evaluation operation, we're going to change it to the expression and constraint, and then click on the expression. What's going to happen here? Just paste it. What do we have to do here now? So now we need to get rid of the hard-coded names here. We're going to get rid of it, and then drag and drop the file name here. This is going to be dynamic. Sorry, I have a single quote. Let's remove it. Okay, the file name here, and the same way here in this section, get rid of the hard-coded name, and then drag and drop the file name here. And then what? Since we are dealing with the present constraint, so it has to be true or false. So what do we have to do here? At the end, we have to add equal to what? Single quote. We want to match the customer's USA. Sorry, a customer USA. The name of the customers, not the datetime or the extension. Only the name of the customers here. Anything has a customer's USA, will load it. Back again here, and then paste it. Another single quote. Evaluate expression. Sorry, what is that? I think, okay, so we're gonna have, okay, so the single quote around the customers USA, we need to have a double quote, sorry, and then double quote. So evaluate expression. Why is that here? Oh, sorry, we need to remove the select statement. The select comes from the SQL server. We don't wanna, we're not gonna use that in Visual Studio. So this is not a query. So evaluate it. See that it's false. Why it's false? Because we're not pulling the data now. If you want to test it, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Click OK. So we have false now. Click OK. Click OK. Go back to the variables. Let's say we're gonna have let's say copy this one here. Copy the full file path. Let's say we have this name here. What's gonna happen? Copy this name and go back again. Present constraint. Sorry, and then if you evaluate it, we have it true. That's true because customer's name, customers USA, it's matched the name of the files. He can keep this or he can remove it because we're gonna have overwritten. The for each loop will overwritten these things here. We're gonna do the same way with the file Germany. We're just gonna copy the entire expression here, and then back again, and then on the second present constraint, click here, and then expression constraint, and then we're gonna do that. We're gonna paste it, and then we're just gonna change. Guys, we have the same file name here. We are using the same variable. We're not going to change anything here, but we just need to change the name of the file. We need to have this section. We need to have the German customers Germany here. Only the file name. Back again here. Evaluated will be false. Why? Because we don't have the file name here. If you want to test it again, copy the entire file here with the extension, back again to variable file name. If you go back again, evaluate it, it's true, it's matched. You can just remove it, or you can just remove it or just keep it. I'm not gonna do anything. So now, if you run the package, everything has been successful. Let's go back again. Let's just gonna run the package. Let's make sure. Also, we don't have a data now. We're gonna execute the package. Any files contain the file, the customers USA will go to this airflow task. Any files contain customers German will go to this one. Execute the package. You see that everything has been successful. Let's just stop the package and go to SQL Server and see what happened here. You see that, guys? We loaded only the Germany and the USA. So we got 9 roses. We have 6 roses from the USA, 3 roses from the Germany. If you go back again, Germany, we got 3 roses. The state Germany, and then for the USA, the same way. We have US, and the same way here. And guys, if you want, so far we're all done. just for another test, if you want, we can use the what they call it, the script task here. Let's just go back again and truncate the table. Make sure we don't have data anymore. So back again to the script task. You can use a Visual Basic. I'm gonna use the C#. We're gonna select the file name. We need to see the file names here. The file name here. Select the file name. Click OK. We're just gonna copy the file name variable and then edit script. And then you go down here, type your code, message box. Sorry. Message box dot show, and then we're gonna have an open parentheses. We're gonna have a DTS dot variables, and then you're gonna have an open bracket, double quote. We're gonna paste the variable name, and then double quote, close bracket, the square bracket, and then dot value to string. To string, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, and then a semicolon. So just make sure to bold it, bold succeeded, save it, and then we close it, and then close. Look what's gonna happen here. If you run the package, if you execute the package, so see that the first file, it's trying to evaluate the first customers USA. Is that customers we're looking for? No. So this is not gonna let the files load and go to the data flow task, either one of them. You just keep looping. No, doesn't match. Just go away. Look, nothing happened here. Customer Germany, yes. If we click OK, yes, it's gonna go to customer Germany. Look what's gonna happen. Look, see that? It went to customer Germany. What about customer UK? No, it's not gonna go. Just keep looping. What about the customer USA? Yes, it's gonna go here to customers USA here. Click OK. Yes, that's the first file. The second file, yes, customer USA. Click OK. We done. Back again. Selected. See that we have Germany and USA. Guys, if you want to have multiple file names, you need to have. If you have multiple different file names, if you have all the customers, this is gonna pull all the customers have a customer USA in Germany. For example, if you want to have the customers Asia or UK, you have to have a different data flow task here, and you need to build another expression, and then you just need to copy the entire script here, the expression, and then type it in the present constraint, and then paste it, and then you need to just change the name of the file. We have a UK, right? Change the name of the file. We have a UK, and the same way with the Asia, but make sure you don't have a lot of make sure you have the name. You don't have to worry about okay, so don't worry about, you have to be careful of the date. You have to be careful of the daytime has to be matched the daytime. You see that if you have a different daytimes here, if you have a lot of daytime, you have a lot of numbers, we're gonna have a problem. So you need to go back. If you don't have the exact date number here, you need to go and modify it. You need to go and modify the substring, the starting point. You need to modify it here. You see that? And the same way for the Excel file, we're gonna do the same way, drag and drop here. You're gonna do the same thing here, and then but here, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have a flat. If you have Excel file, you're gonna have the file, the Excel source, a data flow task again. Data conversion, and then only DB destination. You're just gonna navigate to the file and just try to configure it, connect it, and then we're all done. The same thing with the CSV file. The CSV file is the same way. Thank you very much, guys, and have a nice day.